We begin with breaking news about the coronavirus.
All of Italy is going on lockdown.
More deaths announced today.
Infections are spiking.
Confirmed over 500 cases.
This is a global pandemic.
These are some rough times. Every time I look outside, it's like a ghost town. And every time I turn on the news, it's never any good news. I just see infection rates going higher. Hospitals getting overcrowded. Healthcare workers not having enough masks. Not a lot of good news. But the most important thing is to stay confident and be strong. And in times like these, we need strong leadership. You know what? Let me see what my buddy Rich Tran is doing. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Drex, what's going on? Just holding it down here in the city of Milpitas.
That's what's up, man. Glad to hear you doing well. How you been? Like, what you been up to? These some crazy times.
Yeah, that's one heck of a question. We're all in this trying to get through these pandemic times together. So just very busy, busier than ever with trying to make sure the community's good.
Cool, man. What's the mood like right now over in Milpitas?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you checking in. These type of spaces are really great for conversation, and I'm glad that we're able to have that conversation today. But I think the community is doing pretty good here in Milpitas. Folks are just following the guidance from our county, our state, our nation in terms of hunkering down, being safe, sheltering in place, social distancing. So things are good. Our grocery stores are stocked, and folks are having all the basic needs met.
Cool, man. And you're still in the National Guard, right?
Yeah, I do serve in their National Guard.
Like I heard all over the news that they're mobilizing and everything like that. Like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, definitely. The National Guard, which is public information here, members have been alerted and are prepared, ready to go. But folks in the Guard and military and folks have been ready to go always. So it's really nothing new. And we'll just take a look to Sacramento to see what the governor wants to do with the National Guard. But that's a positive thing, the National Guard, and folks should be feeling pretty good. There's boots out there ready to support in any way needed. And,
are you going to be activated?
I couldn't tell you that. That decision's not up to me. But I'm always there to do whatever our state needs.
Right. And, these are some crazy times. We just see everything that's going on around us. Lots of people are like going to the stores, kind of hoarding and stuff like that. Because then this kind of shows that this is like it's all panic buying, because, our warehouse is still running. These things are still going to be produced, So, what are some of the things that, you would say to some of these people that are scared right now? Because lots of people are scared, what would you say to them?
Yeah, we're all human beings, and we have our anxieties and fears, and it's totally normal. And some of the panic buying that we're seeing out in not just Milpitas, but for the most part, folks in Milpitas have been pretty good, actually. But other places in the valley here, Silicon Valley, folks, you and I, everybody, we go on Facebook, we see all the posts and the news articles about hoarders and some of the stories out there. But I would say to folks, this is an interesting period of time, being that we are going through a pandemic, and we're going to get through it for sure. And to see how folks are purchasing is quite interesting. But the Association of Grocers in America, they've been doing this for a long time, and the products will get replenished. And I think once we carry on into the second week, third week, and fourth week, and so forth, folks will see that there's plenty of supply out there. And that's, no one's going to hoard every week. That's just, that's kind of a threshold. I need an excessive 10 rolls or 20 rolls. But once folks get to that threshold, I think consumer behavior will start to slow down their hoarding. So
Yeah, definitely. I remember going to the grocery store or even like a Costco or just passing by during like the first weeks when it was just announced, and the lines were just ridiculously crazy, right? Every grocery store was sold out of everything. But now that we're like about a weekend or whatnot, and I go around, and you know what? It's actually really easy to just like buy stuff now because everyone's already hoarded up. And everything's still there because then all the stores restocked and everything like that. So, for me, it's like, okay, we're fine, because these stores will keep staying stocked, and, you could go and then it'll still be there. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it's going to be there still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. You don't hear, we're watching the news and you hear government officials talking about the stock of maybe masks or gloves, hospital supplies, but you don't really hear, we're gonna run out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
No one's there's no alarm for that, and so I just want to reemphasize that you don't hear that on the radio.
Exactly.
There is no shortage of toilet paper, folks.
Exactly. They're still gonna be made. You just gotta chill out,
Yeah.
So, as you know, this is like affecting a lot of small businesses, right? Small business owners like me, and
Correct.
definitely like, small businesses are like the backbone of our economy, the culture, right? If not, we're all gonna be, basically run by big box retailers. And so it means a lot for, small business owners kind of like keep innovating, keep coming up with new things, and stay in business. So what would you say to, these small business owners, and how would you project like confidence in them?
Yeah, definitely a huge concern is for our small business folks out there, your staff. That's the real part.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a number of staff, small businesses range from 2 employees to, I believe, 50. And so when you have that number of people that are now not able to receive income, that's the hard part. And oftentimes there's no paid time off or sick leave for most employees across this country. So that's the hardest part, I would say. For small business owners to say, to their team that right now there's going to be no income. But the last thing I'll wrap up with that is, for folks that are no longer able to receive income as of this past week or next week after that, the first of the month, it's getting crazy. It's going to be the worst April Fool's ever. But, there's the folks can apply for unemployment.
Yeah. Man, it sucks as a business owner that we have to tell our staff like, hey, we're gonna have to, we don't know how long this is gonna last, right? So I want to keep you as an employee. I love you. Working for us is such a, our staff is such a huge, valuable asset to us. And
Right.
for us, to kind of be like, hey, we're gonna have to shut down for right now, or we're gonna have to drop down our hours for you guys to work. So it just super sucks right now. But other than that, what should like people like do right now? Because everyone's kind of like stuck at home, right? But at the same time, we can go outside and we could exercise, we could walk our dogs and stuff like that. But I mean, the shelter in place, it sounds like it's like we're kind of cooped up in the house, but we're really not, right? So I mean, like, what are some of the things that you recommend that people should do right now? Now that, people either work from home or, kind of cooped up with their families. Some people are going crazy with their kids. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, there's so many different things that folks can do. You, me, right now I'm at City Hall finishing up some paperwork, but I'll be home just like everybody else. But yeah, what I personally do at home is crack a window, try to get some fresh air to come in, walk around the block. You still can, a lot of cities, a lot of folks right now with the shelter in place, you can go to your park, your neighborhood park. Parks are open. Now, playgrounds might be tapered off, basketball courts may be tapered off, but if you're at the park, it's fine. And you'll be able to have some leisure there, just as long as there's no team sports happening. I got a call from a lot of my folks here in Milpitas talking about, can I go play volleyball with the fam? I'm like, oh man, no, we can't, and it's things like that. I see soccer players out there. I don't like that. That's not good. Even though you can't use your hands in soccer, it's funny, but no soccer. Definitely no pickup basketball. I want to really notify the parents right now, if you're watching, you can't have your kids out there with the neighborhood kids.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to see that a little bit, and I get it. That's just life. But we gotta keep stepping up here for this thing to end, so that we can have a full blown game of volleyball.
So, what are some of the words of encouragement that you could give to people? What are some words of hope? Because as you know, we turn on 24-hour news cycle, and we're like, oh man, this is depressing. Like for me, I honestly had to turn off the TV, man. But the thing was that we felt like, I had to leave the TV on because there's like a breaking news, like every moment, right? So it's like, man, I gotta see what's going on. But at the same time, you're like, man, every time I see what's going on, it just hurts me a little bit more and more, So what are some words of encouragement, words of hope that you kind of got for people?
I would say I feel like one second. Let me turn the light on. I got the automatic. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, we have energy efficiency measures here at the office.
But,
to answer your question, back to your question, definitely. I think right now is just really about resiliency. Each day, each week will bring new senses and perspectives and approaches. But I think right now is just resiliency. And I want to really share with anybody watching this and anybody in my family or my family or friends in my city, just be resilient. There's going to be a lot of changes right now because it's early, and this is our new normal, as we often hear out there. And so just be resilient, and resiliency will get you through all the adapting that we must really go through right now as we get to a place where we are going to be at a new normal. And that's sheltering in place and such. So just be resilient. And part of that is knowing that your family's still here, your friends are still here, your city's still here, the police, the fire, the National Guard. We're not in this alone. Every country, I think over 100 countries right now, a lot more than 100 countries right now are going through this. And here in America, we got it pretty good. And so we're going to be okay. Just continue to be resilient.
Hey man, some good news I've been hearing is that my uncle in China, I was asking him, hey, how's it over there? At first, they were just like us, panic buying, everything like that. Everyone was scared, but you know what? Everyone's going back to work now. It's becoming, life is slowly coming back to normal over there now. So there's some hope there that we see. Like, hey, if we are able to, kind of like, if they were so fortunate to go through this crisis and come out okay, then there's some hope for us that we could turn out the same. We just got to do our part, right?
Yeah.
And then just move forward.
Yeah. Just really knowing, I'm glad that you have relatives out there that are on the positive side of things now, if I may. But we just got to know our history. We got to know the history in China not too long ago. And our country's faced epidemics before. I'm not going to go down the list of them, but and so we've survived many, many times, and this is one that we're going to survive for sure. We're more equipped now than ever, and so it's just really about minimizing the effects of the impact of the virus on every facet of life. But in China, they're getting better. And I know that the rest of the world will too.
Awesome, man. Well, man, thank you, man. I'm glad that you're keeping the people updated. I'm glad you're staying up to date and giving people updates. And and thank you again for taking the time out to talk to me. And then I also wanted to check in with you too, see how you were doing.
No doubt about it. Shout out Drex Lee, man. You're always out there doing something amazing. And thanks to everybody that's tuning in for this. Drex is here for you. I'm here for you. And tough times don't last. Tough people do. That's us.
That's what I like to hear, man. All right, bro. Take care, man. I hope to see you in person soon. All right.
I know that'll be a good sign. You know. I'm not gonna say it on air here, but you know where we're going. That Saturday night. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right.
Yeah. All right, Jax.
Yes, sir. Take care, brother. There you have it. I think he's pretty confident in what's going on. He's staying strong, and together we'll get through this. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Follow me. We'll be doing a lot more talks with a lot of people about how they're assessing the situation. Be strong, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again soon.